Definitely will be asleep. Now, if you're not asleep, you might be seeing some moisture moving through the region, as rainfall is going to be the story throughout the rest of the day. Drizzle starting off the day with us with cooler temperatures, especially off in northwestern Kansas, where we're holding on to the 20s. That's where we have the potential to see some freezing drizzle coating roads and bridges. But for the most part, we're looking at the 30s for much of the state, 35 here in Wichita, 30 over in Garden City, 31 in Hays, and 35 up in Salina. So definitely a chilly start to the morning. Grab your jacket as you head out the door. You're honestly going to need it into the afternoon as well, as highs aren't looking much better for the afternoon. Winter weather advisories are in place for the far portions of northwestern Kansas through 11 a.m. That's where we're expecting to see that freezing drizzle, especially coating on those bridges and road and overpasses, as well as on roadways. So make sure you're taking your time as you head out the door this morning. Also today, we're expecting to see that drizzle linger into the evening hours, but as temperatures climb back above freezing, we won't have to worry about that freezing drizzle as much. You can definitely see that moisture out there in the atmosphere in Colby, cloud cover sticking around, and that light drizzle is coating portions of the region. And for the most part, we're going to be seeing that drizzle stick with us well into the afternoon. We'll also have a tornado safety drill today across the entire state of Kansas, as this is severe weather preparedness week. At 10 a.m., the sirens will be going off across the entire state. It's also a great time to create and practice your tornado safety plan so that you can be weather prepared for when severe weather does strike. Afternoon highs today are expected to be in the 40s for most, 44 here in Wichita, 45 in Dodge City, in the 30s off in northwest Kansas. That is going to continue to be our cool spot as we look towards the afternoon. That cloud cover not really allowing for us to warm up much past those 40s today. The clouds will be sticking around into the evening and overnight, and this low pressure system that's currently well off towards our south will be sliding off towards our southeast, bringing moisture back into the region. That's going to be our rainmaker, pushing showers into the southern half of the state by the time we look towards this afternoon. And in terms of rainfall totals, not tapping into the most moisture today, but later this week. That's when we're really going to start to see our totals jump, especially for north central Kansas and off into eastern Kansas as well. That's where that bulk of that rainfall is going to be moving through, but more so on the system that's arriving on Thursday, not so much today, because today we're looking at light showers draping their way across the region, especially starting to develop by 11 a.m. on southwest and south central Kansas, pushing farther off towards the east by the evening with light rain lingering along portions of the interstate down towards the Wichita area, and even off into Oklahoma. We're seeing that light rain stick around. We do dry out overnight and stay dry for the most part on Wednesday, but Wednesday in the later evening hours, that's when we're going to start to see rain redevelop out in western Kansas, become more widespread as it tracks its way farther off towards the east. Pockets of heavy rainfall expected to start our day on Thursday, especially across the central half of the state, with that heavy rain bringing much needed moisture to the region. Also the potential of a few rumples of thunder working their way into the forecast as we look towards Thursday. Temperatures are going to be a bit of a roller coaster this week, but once that rain moves out, we're allowed to see sunshine build back in. Temperatures climbing into the 50s as we look towards the weekend. Today definitely going to be the coolest day as we hold on to those 40s. We say closer to our seasonal average, at least throughout the rest of the work week here in the Wichita area. North central Kansas will see the 40s today and stay in the 40s through tomorrow. The 50s do arrive on Thursday with that moisture moving through in the first half of the day, clearing out by the afternoon. 50s lead us throughout the rest of the week until we hit the 60s on Saturday, but stay in that average pattern by the weekend. Southwest Kansas to see that moisture move in today. Not so much seeing the rain tomorrow, but Wednesday night into Thursday is when we have that better chance of rainfall arriving. 50s expected throughout the rest of the week. Eventually, though, the 60s arrive as we look towards Saturday. Northwest Kansas seeing plenty of moisture over the next few days. Definitely needed off in that direction. 30s for our highs today, 40s tomorrow, 50s on Thursday as we continue to climb as we look towards the weekend. Today will definitely be the coolest day of the week, but Saturday looking to be the warmest, with highs expected to be back up in the upper 50s. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up after the break.